great job of But I would be remiss today if I were not to recognize one person in particular. This person has meant a lot to me both professionally and personally since he came on board the staff here at the Apprenticce School in September of 2022. Walker McCreary has been somebody that I can lean on, somebody that I know that I can call at any time. And I know that even though he has said it's not been an inconvenience, it has been. But he's answered the phone every time. He's answered every question that I've had, and he has done it with a helpful spirit and a smile, because sometimes I know the questions that I had to ask him were dumb, but he never acted like they were. And I want to thank him as he is wrapping up his time here at the Apprenticce School. He and his wife Charlotte will be moving back home to Georgia in just a few months. And so I wanted to take just a moment here today to thank him personally for everything that he has meant to me and to the New South Athletic Conference. And this is just, Walker, if you would join me. That's right. Walker has served as the tournament director for this tournament as well as the one held here 2 years ago. And Walker, this just says, in recognition of service to Walker McCreary, thank you for your years of unwavering service, positive spirit, and the lasting impact you have made to the success of the New South Athletic Conference. Walker, thank you. You will be missed. Now let's play some basketball.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Apprenticce School Athletic Center for the 2026 New South Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship, where your Apprenticce School Builders will be taking on the Tigers of URBE University out of Sweetwater, Florida. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Howard McCain here to bring you the play-by-play action as it happens. Dave Davenport and Mike Davenport alongside me on Championship Sunday here in Newport News, Virginia. If you weren't with us earlier, a championship game was already played and a championship was already won, where the Lady Builders took on the Macaws of Millennia Atlantic University here earlier, and they walked out of here with a resounding victory, 99-41 over the Macaws, capturing a championship for Aisha Gainey in her first season at the helm for the Lady Builders. So congratulations to the Lady Builders. They will await their postseason plans based on what their rankings will be in the USCAA. So their championship is won. Congratulations to them. Now it's time for the men. The starting lineups are being introduced as Coach Michael Gainey in his second season brings the back-to-back defending small college men's basketball champions into this afternoon's contest against a startup program at URBE University. Look, don't get it twisted. Yes, this is their first season, but this is a very, very good basketball team that Coach Jeffrey Steele in his first season is bringing into this arena. They come into this basketball game with an overall record of 20-1 on the season. They were undefeated in New South Athletic Conference play. They're the number 1 seed. The Builders are the number 2 seed. Both teams have been introduced. Both now are at the center logo, and we are ready to tip things off to decide who will walk out of here 2026 New South Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament champions. Let's get at it. Opening tip is tapped out of bounds, so the basketball will go over to the Tigers. Your officials for this afternoon's contest are Haywood Bostic, Andrew Barksdale, and Antoine Dawkins will handle all of the administrative duties on the court as the Tigers get started with Luis Carreras. I'll give you the starters here in just a moment as the Tigers work the perimeter against this man-to-man defense of the Builders. First shot off the mark, rebound taken by Wayne Hedgepeth. So quickly as I can for the Tigers, Luis Carreras is one of their starters. Hector, now I have a little bit of trouble with these, but I'll get to him. I'll get him down as best as I can as Jaleel Hope hits the opening basket for the Builders. Hector Savera, Ronald Hodelin, Gian Mario Fernandez, and Jose Suazo are your starters for the Tigers as their second shot is off the mark. Builders off and running. Here's Hope. He's joined on the court by Jabari Brackett, Amir Copetro, Davon Brown, and Wayne Hedgepeth. Builders go inside, basketball tied up as Davon and Carreras are tied up underneath. Possession arrow is in favor of the Builders, so the basketball will stay on this end. Thank you for that catch from our engineer producer, Dave Davenport. So Jean Mario, not Gian Mario, so Jean Mario. Builders look to inbound with Brackett. Inside to Hedgepeth, who rises up over the Tiger defense, and the Builders up by 4. Here's Savannah working against Copetro. Suazo back to Carreras. Carreras working against tight defense by the Builders. They turn it over. Here's Copetro with the feed to Hedgepeth, who finds a streaking Hope. Hope now with 4, and the Builders lead 6-0 over the Tigers. This is the type of pace that the Builders want to play their basketballs at. They want them to be high energy, off and running, end-to-end basketball. So right now the Tigers are playing right into the hands of the Builders offensively as Suazo gets the basketball over to Savera. Savera loses it. Copetro, feed inside, shot off the basket and good for Brackett, and that leads to a timeout. Jeffrey Steele calls a timeout as the Builder has sprinted out to an 8-0 lead over the Tigers. And for Coach Michael Gainey, this is exactly what he needed from his basketball team. 30-second timeout taken by the Tigers. Frenetic pace early. And if you are Coach Michael Gainey again in his second season, he brings his Builders in with a 15-8 record, 5-2 in conference play, nationally ranked at number 7 in the USCAA standings, and they come into this tournament as a number 2 seed. You want to get out in front of this opponent fast and early. For Jeffrey Steele, intensity is what he wants from his basketball team. Why? He said, that's what matches my personality. So let's see if that intensity after this timeout can be injected into his basketball team, who find themselves down in an 8-0 early hole. Basketball will be triggered in by Fernandez. As Carreras directs the offense. Carreras working off of a screen, able to get inside. Tough shot. He got that one to go. Builders. Copetro airmailed that pass out of bounds. So that will be a turnover for the Builders. That is their first. Nope, that's their first turnover. Here's Carreras to Suazo. Suazo Inside, tough shot off the mark. Rebound taken by the Tigers. They're unable to convert, and there's going to be a foul call underneath. So Jose Suazo will be whistled for his first personal foul, the team's first. I was unable to find a lot of stats. Actually, I wasn't able to find any stats on the Tigers. I did speak to their athletic director. He said that those haven't quite hit the website yet, so I can't really give you any shooting percentages from three or from the field or anything like that. But from watching them this week, this is a very high-powered, high-energy offense as Brackett goes against Carreras, and he scores. So Jabari Brackett, he now has, I believe that's his second basket. Nope, that's his first basket of the contest. I apologize. Acevedo works against the defense. Kick deep in the corner to Suazo as Fernandez. Shot off the mark. Builders unable to get the defensive rebound. Instead, Renald Hodelin is going to be fouled underneath, and I think that's going to lead us to our timeout, first media timeout. The under 16 will take it with them. Builders up by 8 on Championship Sunday here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Come back with us.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
10-2 is our score following our first media timeout. Prior to going to that timeout, there was a foul call on the Builders. And that will send Renald Hodelin to the free throw line. As the first goes down, Hodelin, the 6'8" freshman for the Tigers. Kind of stands head and shoulders above everyone else on the court at 6'8". He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Builder lead at 7. As we have a stoppage. I believe the clock did not start on time. So so there's a stoppage for some administrative. Okay. As the shot clock and the game clock have now been adjusted. Jaleel Hope will get it into Cole Petro, and we are back off and running. The Builders work the perimeter with Brackett. Brackett probing, can't find anything. He decides to shoot over the top of the defense. Rebound ripped down by Carreras. Carreras working off of a screen from Hodelin. Decides to step back. His three-point attempt off the mark. Hedgepeth collects the loose ball. As you can hear Coach Michael Gainey yelling out instructions to his offense with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Not a lot of movement right now in the Builder offense. It's Brackett. Has the ball tipped away, able to gain control. Shot clock now at 6. Here's Cole Petro. Brackett decides to launch from 3. Shot off the back of the iron. Rebound taken by Hodelin. Cadettas with the basketball to Suazo. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Is Cadettas looking to go down low, instead trying to work off of a screen. Cadettas, tough shot. Shot blocked. Davon Brown with his first block of the afternoon. Back comes Brackett, tough right-handed runner, comes off of the iron. Builders unable to score their last couple of trips down the floor, as we're going to get a stoppage. There actually is a stoppage for a foul call. That foul is going to be on. Foul is going to be called on Davon Brown. His first personal foul, the team's second of the quarter. I'm sorry, of the half, I apologize, as Donovan Means now into the basketball game for the Builders. Feed goes inside. Davon Brown with a second shot block. And if you know anything about Davon, I promise you, this kid comes to play as Donovan Means. His first shot off of the bench is a three-pointer, and that puts the Builders up by double digits. As you can hear, Coach Jeffrey Steele yelling out instructions for his offense as Cadettas works the perimeter with Fernandez. Ethan Fernandez, who's new into the basketball game. And that should be a player control foul, and that's exactly what it is. Beautiful job of moving his feet there by Davon Brown. Forces the contact from Renal Hodelin, and he picks up his first personal foul and the team's second. Substitutions make their way in for Coach Jeffrey Steele as Rainier Olivia makes his first appearance in the game. Builders up by 10 on Championship Sunday. The Lady Builders have already secured their win and a championship here. Now it's the men's turn. It's Means. Means with his middle finger heavily taped on his shooting hand. Based off of that first three he made earlier, that isn't going to be a problem, as that loose ball ended up in the hands of Davon Brown, and he did what a basketball player is supposed to do. He put it in the basket. Builders up by 12. Cadettas to Fernandez. Back to Cadettas. His soft jumper bounces ever so gently into the basket. Cadettas now with 2 points as Hope decides to launch from three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And just like in the Lady Builders game, this is the type of start that you need on Championship Sunday. When you're playing a very good opponent, you have got to get out on top of them and get out on top of them early. And that's exactly what the Builders have done, as we have another player control foul drawn by Davon Brown. Olivia is going to pick up his first personal foul. That's the team's third of the half. And the Builders have the basketball once again with a 13-point lead here on Championship Sunday. Here's Cole Petro working against Fernandez. Hope decides to launch another three, that one off the front of the rim. Here's Cadettas. Tigers taste the baseline. Tough shot off the rim. Rebound taken by Brown. Jaleel Hope goes right at the chest of the defense, and he scores. And for Jaleel Hope, that is his 9th point. And we're barely even halfway through the first half. Cadettas to Fernandez. Feed down inside to Olivia. He's sort of dragging that pivot foot just a little bit, but no call. As Cadettas works the baseline. Another soft shot off the glass, good for two. He pulls his Tigers back within 13. Here's Copetro being harassed. Brown, bump, no call. Hope, shot off the mark, rebound cleared by Olivier. Builders force a turnover. Here's Copetro off and running. Copetro has his pocket picked cleanly by Fernandez, and that leads to an easy layup by Carreras. So we're going to take a timeout, media timeout. This is going to be a full timeout. Builders up by 11 over the Tigers on Championship Sunday.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Luis Carreras leads the Tigers in scoring. He has 8 off of 4 of 6 shooting. Only one other player has scored for the Tigers. That's Hordelin, and he has 1. Nobody else for the Tigers have scored. For the Builders, the leading scorer right now is Jaleel Hope. He has 9 of the Builders' 20. So more balanced scoring on the floor right now with the Builders than with the Tigers. Here's Hedgepeth. Takes it baseline, gets it off to Hope. That's a tough shot. And they're going to whistle Hedgepeth for the foul. Hedgepeth had to kind of climb the ladder a little bit, went over the back of another player. So Wayne Hedgepeth is going to be whistled for his first personal foul. That's the team's 3rd. Builders right now 9 of 14, shooting 64%. URBE 4 of 15, 26%. As Fernandez crosses the timeline, he gets it to Olivier. We're just under 10 minutes remaining here in the first half as that shot comes off on the weak side. Rebound to Means. Here's Hope. Means with that finger heavily bandaged. It doesn't matter. He is 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Builder lead now is 14. Monte Rudolph, newly into the basketball game, commits the foul. Looks like he may have taken a shot to the eye. So he picks up his first personal foul, the team's 4th. As Severde and Suazo re-enter the basketball game. They started. Here's Severde. Working against Means, reach in, and the basket is good. So the basket is good. The foul is on Donovan Means. That is his first personal foul, the team's 5th. So that'll put Hector Severde at the line to try to complete the 3-point play and pull his Tigers within 11. Unable to do so, rebound pulled down by Hedgepeth. Shamon Rosser, newly into the basketball game, gets the basketball. He is fouled. So they gave it to Suazo. I thought they gave it to Olivier. So it's Suazo with his 2nd personal foul, the team's 4th. Donovan Means looks to trigger it. Gets it to Jaleel Hope with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Means has already hit 2 from three-point line. From the three-point line is Hedgepeth. Tough shot. Able to get the bank. Builders shooting extremely well early on in this basketball game. They're now 10 of 15 for 67% shooting. Here's Severe. Tough shot. Rebound comes off to Rosser. Means decides to shoot it again from 3. His shot off the mark. Jaleel Hope there with the offensive board, but unable to convert. Here's Severe. Hector Severe, the 6-foot freshman. Berden, Joseph Berden, newly into the basketball game. As that shot by Olivier is off the mark. Rebound comes off to Jaleel Hope. Here's Means. As Monte Rudolph decides to pull it from 3, his shot off the back of the iron. The long carom comes off to Donovan Means, who's fouled. They're going to give that one to Olivier, and that will lead us to a timeout, media timeout, the under 8. Builders up by 14 on Championship Sunday, trying to walk out of here with the crown.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprenticce Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You could choose a general membership to support all Apprenticce athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
14-point lead here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center for the Builders on Championship Sunday. Lady Builders have already secured their championship crown by winning in, I don't even know if it was a dominant performance. 99-41 over Millennia Atlantic University. So congratulations to Coach Aisha Gainey once again for a championship, a tournament championship, a regular season championship in her first season at the helm for the Lady Builders. But back here in this game, Donovan Means has just scored his 7th point of the evening. That pushes the Builder lead to 15. I apologize, I was pronouncing one of the players for the Tigers' last name incorrectly. Is Oliveira. So I'll be sure to correct that. I apologize to any of the Tiger fans that may be watching if I pronounce someone's last name incorrectly, as that three-point shot goes down for Joseph Berden. And that pulls the Tigers within 12. As Means works it to Rudolph. His three-point answer goes down, and the Builders are right back up by 15 over the Tigers of URBE University out of Saltwater, Florida. I'm sorry, Sweetwater, Saltwater. Which one is it? Saltwater, Florida. Sweetwater? I'm all over the place here. Here's Fernandez to Suazo. Suazo able to get to the front of the rim. He just wasn't able to convert. So back come the Builders with Means. Rudolph pushed, no call. Tough baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound cleared by Hodelin. Builders able to turn over the Tigers. Here's Means. Builders trying to work the basketball inside. It's Brown kicks it back out to Means. Means with the kick to Barrett. Barrett, his three-pointer off the front of the rim. Builders with another opportunity. Shot clock reset at 20. Barrett. Feed goes to Brown. Tough baseline jumper. It's off the mark. Tigers come away with it. Here's Gabriel Fernandez, the 6-foot sophomore for the Tigers, to Hodeland. Savera trying to draw the foul. No call. As Fernandez steps back, tough jumper, able to get it to go. Builders lead trimmed to 13 now. As Means slows things down momentarily. Brackett, crossover. His running right-hander is good, and the Builders are shooting lights out in this first half. So against a very good opponent. Builders are holding their own both offensively and defensively, as Savannah having trouble finding someone. As Hodeland looks, gets it back to Savannah. Shot clock now at 10. Tigers work the baseline. It's going to go out of bounds, but they can say it was last touched by the Builders, as Carreras will make his way back into the basketball game for the Tigers. Carreras went to the bench as the leading scorer for the Tigers so far, as Bairden able to get it to go. He's 2 for 2 from behind the arc, and the Builder lead now is 12. Rudolph, his shot off the back of the iron, but it comes off to Barrett. Rudolph, tough runner, shot goes in and out. Carreras is going to be whistled for his first personal. That'll be the team's 6th, so that'll send Monte Rudolph to the free throw line, where the Builders as a team shoot around 64% from the charity stripe. We'll get an opportunity to add to a 12-point lead and maintain control of this basketball game. As a matter of fact, the Builders have controlled this basketball game throughout. Rudolph hits the first. Builders made their first shot of the game, and they haven't looked back since. Have gotten up by as many as 15 in this first half, as Rudolph missed the second, but Barrett aired the pickup to the loose ball. Barrett testing the baseline. Tough left-handed runner is off the mark, but he's going to be fouled. They're going to give that one to Suazo. For Suazo, that is his 3rd. Wait a minute, I had him down for 3. He only has 2. Huh. So I had Suazo down for 3, but our P announcer says he only has 2. Okay, so Oliveira has 3, Suazo has 2. So when the official put up a 2-5, he put it up for 7, not 25. So that's how I was kind of off there. So thank you to our sports information director, Walker McCrary, for clearing that up for me. 7. Gotcha. So our engineer producer showed me that it's the way the official positions their hands when they signal 7 with 2 hands and how they signal 25 with 2 hands. As Carreras able to put back his own miss. If they can figure out a way defensively to stop that kid, the complexion of this game is going to look very, very different. Rosser splits the double team. How in the world Davon Brown was able to save that, I'll never know. Brackett, tough step back jumper off the mark. Frenetic pace inside. Let's see what Means can do from behind the arc. He knows what to do. Who cares if his finger is wrapped up? That is now his third make from three-point land, and that pushes the Builder lead up to 16, their largest lead of the contest. Saveda. And there's going to be a foul call. Jabari Brackett is going to be credited with his first personal foul, the team's 6th. So that will take us to a timeout, the under 4 media timeout. Let's take one with them. Builders by 16 on Championship Sunday, trying to get out of here as men's tournament champions.
USC Dunlane provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Jose Carreras with 10. He leads all scores for the Tigers. Donovan Means now with 10. He leads all scores for the Builders. Builders a little bit more even in their scoring across their lineup. Donovan Means with 10. Jaleel Hope with 9. Jabari Brackett with 8. Monte Rudolph with 4, along with Wayne Hedgepeth. So the only person that hasn't scored yet that has entered the game for the Builders is Copetro, and he's currently sitting next to Coach Michael Gainey. That's going to be a whistle. That one is going to be on Jabari Brackett as he held Luis Carreras. Wait a minute, hold on. Never mind, they called that one on Carreras. So strike that. Jabari Brackett does not pick up his second. Luis Carreras picks up his second. And that is now the 8th team foul. So for the next 3:06, the Builders are in the bonus. As Michael Gainey yells out instructions to the offense. Means. That one goes in and out. That would have been his 4th make of the first half from behind the arc. So instead, Carreras, the 5'11 freshman, handles the basketball. And there's another hook by Carreras. I'm surprised that one wasn't called as well. Lead now at 14 for the Builders. Brackett. Nice ball movement. Foul and count the basket. Shamon Rosser with an opportunity for an and one. That foul is going to be given to Joseph Verin. That'll be his first personal foul. That'll be the team's 9th. So that'll send Shamon Rosser to the line to try to add to this 16-point lead of the Builders. With 2:19 remaining, Rosser with an opportunity to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Kind of pulled the string on it right there at the very end of the shot, left it short. So the Builders will hold to a 16-point lead. Builders are yet to surrender the lead to the Tigers the entire afternoon, as that shot from 3 goes down for Ethan Hernandez, the 6'2" freshman for the Tigers. And that cuts the Builder lead to 13. Here's Means. Builders try to get it inside to Rosser. Shot clock under 10. And Rosser steps out of bounds as he was making his way to the basket. Amirko Petro will make it into the basketball game for the Builders. That is only their third turnover of the contest. Oliveira to Carreras. Carreras. So far, their best offensive scoring threat today. Has the ball poked away by Hope. Carreras on the floor, able to get it right back from Rosser as we get a stoppage. So they stop it for a clock malfunction. It's now 27 seconds on the shot clock as they considered Shimon Rosser to be a change of possession when Carreras stole it from him. So the shot clock should have been reset to 30. They reset it to 27. As Severa handles the basketball against Means. Severa works off of a screen, didn't really work for him. Fernandez. Thought he might have turned the basketball over on a carry, no call. Here's Severa. That long three-point shot is good for Fernandez, and that pushes the Builder lead down to 10 as we're now under a minute remaining in the first half. That shot by Hope is off the mark. So a traveling violation on the Tigers. We'll keep the basketball on this end of the court. 36.4 seconds left in the first half. So if you're the Tigers, you want that deficit to be somewhere around 10 as we head into the halftime locker room. Here's Hedgman, tough shot, off the mark, rebound collected by Carreras. So the Tigers can hold for the final shot of the half and try to get this deficit under double digits, depending on what happens here offensively. Carreras being guarded by Hope. Carreras starts to play. That shot from Fernandez off the mark. Builders, not a lot of time to get a shot off, but it means is able to get one up. That is good if it goes, and it hits the front of the rim. And that'll bring the first half of Championship Sunday here in the men's tournament to a close. Builders win the first half, 39-29 over the Tigers, thanks to a great first half by Donovan Means from behind the arc. Oh, Luis Carreras did a great job of keeping the Tigers in it. Builders shot 48% in the first half, 15 of 31, while the Tigers shot 41, 12 of 29. So what we'll do is they'll take a break. We'll do the same. We'll come back with second half action and first half stats on Championship Sunday here at the Apprenticce School. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone, to the 2026 New South Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship taking place here at the Apprenticce School in Newport News, Virginia. Howard McCain here with you to kind of get you caught up if you're just joining us. Builders lead at the half by 10, 39-29 over URBE University, the Tigers out of Sweetwater, Florida, who currently trail in this basketball game. As far as some of the stats go, leading scorer for the Builders is Donovan Means off the bench with 10. He's 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Builders 15 of 32 shooting, 47%. They are 5 of 12 shooting from the three-point line. That is 42%. For the Tigers, I was going to say visiting Tigers, but they're not visiting. This is a tournament for the Tigers. Their leading scorer is Luis Carreras. He has 12 points. They are 12 of 29 shooting for 41%, 4 of 9 from behind the three-point line. They've had, they have had 2 players that have pretty much attributed their scoring to the three-point line. That is Ethan Fernandez. He's 2 of 3 from behind the arc. And Jose Berden, he is 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Builders haven't scored since 2:03 in the first half. Now, what I want to see is who is going to win the middle 4. That is the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. Builders lost the first 4. Let's see if they can get themselves back on the plus side as we look to see where this scoreboard is at the 16-minute mark. 20 more minutes left to decide who will go home New South Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament champions. Here's Brown. Brown didn't really attribute much on the scoreboard as, well, he just did it there in the first half. But he did come away with 2 key blocks. That is his 4th point of the afternoon. Builders' lead now is 13. Nope, sorry, 12. I apologize. I looked at the scoreboard wrong. Builders' lead now is 12. Suazo can't get to the basket. Shot clock now at 10. Hedgepeth, tough defense. As a foul call is going to take place underneath, they're going to give that one to Davon Brown. For Davon, that is his 2nd personal foul, the team's 1st of the second half. So that will send Ronald Hodelin to the line, the 6'8" freshman for the Tigers. Hodelin right now with a single point, make it 2. So the Builders did a great job in the first half of keeping their inside presence off of the scoreboard. And he makes them both, so Hodelin now has 3. He had 4 rebounds in the first half. So they were able to hold him to 1.4 rebounds in the first half. As Brown works his way out to the perimeter, here's Hedgepeth taking on everybody inside. Shot comes off. No good. Here's Carreras. His shot off the back of the iron. Rebound taken by the Builders. Here's Copetro. Copetro yet to score. As he works against Carreras. Builders went into the halftime locker room with a 10-point lead. That one off the mark. So the Tigers with an opportunity to cut the Builder lead to single digits as he weaves through the defense. Gets the basketball to Suazo. Here's Hodelin. Carreras. Kick in the corner. That shot off the mark, but there for the rebound and the putback is Jamario. Say it again, Dave. Janmario Fernandez with the putback, and that cuts the Builder lead to 8. Copetro in the lane. Shot off the mark. Here's Carreras. Feed inside, shot up and good for Holderlin. And now the Builder lead has been trimmed to 6. This is the closest the Tigers have been in quite some time. The Builders working around the perimeter. Shot clock now at 10. Here's Jaleel Hope. Kick in the corner to Colpetro. He goes baseline, and I think he may have been pushed. He was pushed by John Mario Fernandez. His first personal foul. And that will be the team's first. Shot clock reset to 20. Builders with just one basket out of the halftime locker room. So far, Builders have been outscored 6-2 in the first 4 minutes. Tough shot there by Brackett, comes off no good. Here's Carreras, weaving. Builders, for some reason defensively, they just left him. Davon Brown comes away with the defensive board. Again, Builders only one basket out of the halftime locker room as Luis Carreras picks up his third. His personal foul as Donovan Means, who's probably coming in a little bit earlier off the bench than I believe Michael Gainey wanted, but his offense needs a spark. One basket so far out of the halftime locker room, and we're already almost 3-4 minutes into the second half. Here's Hedgepeth. Builders need a bucket bad. Brown. Shot clock now at 5. Here's Colpetro. Colpetro with an air ball. That's going to be a shot clock violation as Monte Rudolph quickly gotten up off the bench, and I believe we're going to have a stoppage in play. We got a timeout, media timeout. This is the under 16 timeout. Builders have seen their 10-point lead dwindle down to 6.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
41-35 is our score. Championship Sunday here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, where the Apprentice School already saw the Lady Builders walk off of this floor with a tournament championship crown. Trying to see if the men can do the exact same thing. They currently lead by 6 over the Tigers of URBE University out of Sweetwater, Florida. Builders went into the halftime locker room with a 10-point lead after being up by as many as 16 in this game. Have seen that lead cut to 6 as Carreras running the offense. Nearly a turnover, but instead is a conversion offensively for Renald Holderlin, and the Builder lead now was at 4. A little bit of adversity starting to hit the Builders. Let's see how they'll respond. And they're going to respond with a foul. They're going to give that one to Davon Brown. So for Brown, that's his third. And that'll be the team's second, so Brown will take a seat. Builders with a 2-score lead. Just under 15 and a half remaining in this basketball game. Here's Carreras. Kind of got himself in the no man's land, got up in the air, had nowhere to go with the basketball. So that's a turnover. So again, Builders need to see the basketball go in the basket. Builders scored a single bucket out of the halftime locker room and haven't scored since, and that was several minutes ago. Here's Hedgeman, tough shot, got it to go. Builders needed that one in the worst way, and that puts them back up by 6 as Savera works against Rudolph. Here's Holderlin to Carreras. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Carreras to Suazo. His three-point attempt off the mark. Rosser fights for and controls the defensive glass. Here's Means. Would have been big if it went. Instead, a fast break opportunity for the Tigers. Janmario Fernandez finishes things off, and that knocks the Builder lead back to 4. Means gets inside. He's double teamed. Able to get it somehow to Hedgepeth, who throws a bit of a wild shot. That one's off the mark. Euro step, jumper, off the mark, off of someone's foot. It was Rudolph. So the basketball is going to stay on this end as the pace has just really gotten wild out here on the floor. It's Gabriel Fernandez and Jabari Brackett are now back on the floor. Builders still holding to a 4-point lead after leading again by as many as 16. Builders took a 10-point lead into the half. 2 baskets so far out of the halftime locker room in 6.5 minutes. Here's Gabriel Fernandez. Here's Holderlin. Can't get inside. Here's Saveda. Holderlin banks up the glass for 2. Builder lead is now down to 2. Brackett with 15 on the shot clock. Here's Means. Means fights his way to the basket, just could not finish it at the rim, so back comes Saveda. As you can see, the physicality of the game starting to ramp up, and you see the Builders' 16-point lead evaporate. We're now tied, 43-43, 12:38 remaining. Coach Michael Gainey takes a timeout. He takes a full timeout. We'll take it with him. Game tied on Championship Sunday.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
This is a different looking Tiger team here in the second half as they were in the first half, as you can start to see that they've started to settle down and believe in what they're doing. So much so that they found themselves down by 16 at one point in this basketball game. The game is now tied, 43-43, 12:38 left to decide who will go home tournament champion. URBE has already won the regular season crown, going undefeated in conference play at 8-0. Builders right behind them, 5-2 in conference play. As how in the world the Builders were able to save that one to Shamon Rosser, I'll never know, but athletic play there by the Builders to get a much-needed 2. Builders have been outscored here in the second half, 14-4. After that basket, 14-6. That shot partially blocked. Hodelin comes away with the loose ball. Builders force the turnover with Hope. Hope gets to the basket, doesn't convert, but he is fouled, and he'll shoot 2. They're going to give that one to Hector Cervera. That will be his first personal foul, the team's 3rd, and we'll have a timeout. The other timeout was the media timeout, was a floater. This is the media timeout, the under 12. Builders lead 45-43 on Championship Sunday. We'll take a break with them.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprenticce Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprenticce athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
Shooting for the Builders has fallen off somewhat between the first and second half. First half, Builders shot, well, you know what? I take it back. It's right around the same. Builders shot 41% in the first half. They're shooting 42% in the second half, 6 of 14 shooting. Overall, they've shot 42% in the game. Tigers have shot 42% in the game as well. So Jaleel Hope, who was fouled just prior to that media timeout, will go to the line to shoot 2. I believe he was fouled by Hector Cervera. And the arena gets quiet so that Hope can concentrate. Builders up now by 3. Lot of basketball left to be played in this game. As Hope hits the second of 2, Builders now with a 4-point lead, just a bit more breathing room. Builders still being outscored here in the second half, 14-8. Here's Cervera. Looking to Hodelin. Hodelin has picked up his scoring big time here in the second half. That feed goes inside to Fernandez. Tough shot, but they're going to call a foul. They're going to say Jabari Brackett fouled him. That is his second personal foul. And the team's 3rd. So that will put Gabriel Fernandez, the 6-foot freshman, 6-foot sophomore, at the line. He misses the first. Builder lead still 4. Fernandez hits the second. He now has 3 points on the day. Builder lead is 3 on the day. Hope works against Fernandez. Hope thought about the 3. Hedgman on the baseline. Skip pass to Means. He can hit that. Yes, he can. Donovan Means with his 4th make from behind the arc, and that pushes the Builder lead up to a much more comfortable 6 points. Here's Gabriel Fernandez with the basketball. Builders turning up the defensive pressure just a little bit. As Hodeland. Builders pulled him a long way from the basket, and they caused the turnover. Here's Means. Means amped up on his way to the basket, can't convert. Hope is there. He is fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot free throws. Ethan Fernandez will pick up his first personal foul. That'll be the team's fourth. Now, if it's a little bit confusing, there are there are three Fernandez on the roster. Ethan Fernandez, John Mario Fernandez, and Gabriel Fernandez are all on the roster. So I have to distinguish between which Fernandez there is on the floor for the remaining 10-10 of this game as Hope makes the first. Builders have now closed the scoring gap from being outscored 14-6 to now being outscored 14, I believe, to 8. No, actually 14-9 here in the second half. That one goes in and out for Hope. So that gives the Builders now a 7-point lead after the Tigers fought all the way back to tie at 43 apiece. Builders now on a 7-0 run. This is Ethan Fernandez. Shot off the mark. Jaleel Hope clears the long rebound and then turns it over. Cadenas tries to get the basketball to Oliveira, but Hope able to step in and take it away. That's another turnover for the Tigers. The Tigers now with 13 turnovers in the basketball game. Here's Hope. Hope with a lane to the basket, unable to convert. Did everything right but finish. So back come the Tigers. We're now under 9 minutes left in this championship basketball game. Here's Cadenas, being guarded closely by Hope. Cadenas nearly lost it in the corner. Great basketball defense by Hope to move his feet. And we're going to get a turnover. That's going to be a foul. Illegal screen or moving screen on Oliveira. That is now his fourth. So for Oliveira, that is his fourth personal foul, the fifth team foul. So Coach Jeffrey Steele doesn't make any changes. He's going to leave Oliveira on the floor. Builders with a 7-point lead. Builders currently on a 7-0 run. Feed inside to Jaleel Hope. That's a tough shot. John Mario Fernandez comes away with the rebound. And there was a substitution for Jeffrey Steele as Joseph Bearden with the basketball. He can hit that. Shot off the mark. Fernandez gets it over to Oliveira in the corner to Bearden. That is his third make from three. And that cuts the Builder lead to 4. Builder's 7-0 lead ends as that feed goes inside to Hedgemith. Hedgemith able to convert. And the Builders are now back up by 6. Here's Cadenas. So far, 3 players currently in somewhat foul trouble. One is Oliveira. He has 4. Cadenas with the basketball. He has 3. Tough shot. Davon Brown comes away with a strong rebound. Jose Suazo also has 3. He's not on the floor at the moment for the Tigers. Means cuts right through the defense. Brown there with the putback, but he's fouled. They're going to give that one to, they're going to give that to 7. Thank you. So Oliviera has fouled out of the basketball game with 6:57 remaining, and we're going to have a timeout. That's a media timeout. Builders up by 6 on Championship Sunday here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Come on back with us.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Luis Carreras leads the all scorers for the Tigers with 12. Donovan Means leads all scorers for the Builders with 13. The next closest in scoring for the Builders is Jaleel Hope. He has 12. Builders have been outscored in the second half 18-4. Remember, they took a 10-point lead into the halftime locker room. So far, the Tigers have only been able to shave 4 points off of that deficit, as Davon Brown looks to change that, and he does. So the Builders now being outscored out of the halftime locker room 18-15, which is why they still have a 7-point lead off the back of the iron. So the Builder lead is going to stay at 7. That's a 3-score lead. As Cervera looks over the defense and directs the offense. Oliveira has already fouled out for the Tigers. The next closest person in foul trouble, one of them is Luis Carreras, as the Tigers turn it over. And Jose Suazo both have 3. They're the next 2 that are in foul trouble right now. Davon Brown is the only Builder that's in foul trouble. He has 3. Builders looking to build on their 7-point lead. Hope gets it inside to Hedgepeth. Tough shot by Hedgepeth. Looked like he was hit on the elbow. No call. So back come the Tigers. Here's Carreras. Wow. Is it just me, or is he just really silky smooth once he gets around the basket? Goodness gracious, that was kind of pretty. Here's Means. Builders up by 5. Means goes right at Carreras. He himself shows Carreras, what you can do, I can do better. And the Builder lead is back up to 7. 3-point attempt off the mark. Loose ball tapped around, taken by Means. Means gets it to Rudolph. Rudolph, corner 3 is good, and the Builders build a 10-point lead. That immediately gets Jeffrey Steele off the bench, calling a timeout for his Tigers so they can talk about it. As we look to see if it's going to, that would be a full timeout. Tell you what, let's step away. Builders up by 10 now on Championship Sunday thanks to that 3.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Builders now lead by 10 thanks to a corner three that was hit a moment ago by Monte Rudolph. That is Monte's, that is his, I'm looking over the sheet here. Give me a second. That is his second make from three. I thought it was his third, but it was a big one. So that does put a little bit of pressure on the Tigers defensively. They haven't really shot the three-point shot a lot this evening. Bairden has been the most efficient from the three-point line. He's not out there at the moment. That shot short. Rebound comes off the Hedgepeth. Things are starting to get a little bit more physical around the rim, but the officials are letting them play on. And just as I say it, Joseph Bairden is now at the scorer's table looking to check in. So again, he's been their more efficient shooter today as Jaleel Hope tries the tough shot, but Davon Brown is there with the weak side rebound to put it back in for two. Builders up by 12. Here's Correres. Suazo, who we haven't seen much of. He traveled. No call. He's still converted. Wow. Maybe I saw something different. I thought he traveled. So as it goes, it's a play on. Builders up by 10. Means off of a screen from Brown. Feed inside. Beautiful job. Are you kidding me? Nice job on the give and go. Or the screen and roll by Donovan Means and Davon Brown, and that puts the Builders right back up by 4 scores. Now down to 3.5 remaining in the basketball game as Holderlin gets it over to Correres. Correres forces the action. His step-through layup off the mark. The officials are looking at each other. It's going to be Builder basketball. Looks like Bairden is ready to come into the basketball game, but before he does that, we're going to have a media timeout, the under 4. This is the last media timeout. 3:16 remaining on championship weekend.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Builders are now outscoring the Tigers 24-22 in the second half. Builders now lead by 12 after leading by 10 at the halftime break. So as I look across the floor, I'm trying to see if Coach Steele has his three-point shooters in the basketball game. One of them is Ethan Fernandez, who is 2 for 4 from 3. And the other one is Joseph Berden. Berden is on the floor as we have a tie-up. The possession arrow is in favor of the Builders, so it will stay on this end. 3:02 remaining. Builders up by 12. Coach Michael Gainey looking for a tournament championship for the Builders. He already has a national championship. He won one last year in his first season as head coach for the Builders. As Means handles the basketball. Defensive pressure ramping way up for the Tigers, but Donovan Means doesn't give a crap as he takes 2 defenders to the basket for the layup, and the Builders have extended their lead now to 14. Tigers have to start playing with more desperation on offense, and they do so here as that 3 off the mark for Suazo. Suazo 0 for 4 now from behind the arc. 2.5 minutes left. Hope with the basketball. Builders up now by 14. Builders up by 5 possessions. Here's Brown. Shot clock now under 10 with Means. Means. Dish off to Brown. Layup off the glass is good. Means does exactly what you need him to do with the basketball. He goes in, draws the defense to him, dishes it to the open man. Brown lays it up for 2 as Berden just launches it. Was hoping to pick up a foul. He didn't. We're now under 2 minutes and the Builders can smell it. They can taste it, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to taste a little sweet. Based on the amount of time left in this basketball game and the score as Carreras commits the foul, I just don't believe that the Tigers have enough time and opportunity to get themselves back at this basketball game being down by 16 as Janmario Fernandez checks back in along with Gabriel Fernandez. Donovan Means is going to go to the line to shoot 2. If he does so, that'll put the Builders up by 18 with 99 seconds left. Oh, sorry, that is the 1-and-1. That was only the 17 foul. That one is off the mark. Builders up right now by 6 scores. Amir Cole Petro into the basketball game. Donovan Means, I believe, will take a seat. Yep. And he has done his work, and he has done it well. As Carreras, Builders no need to foul. That shot out of the corner goes down. That is Gabriel Fernandez, and we're going to get a timeout, I believe. So there was no timeout. There was no timeout. I heard a whistle. Oh, never mind. Jeffrey Steele calls a 30-second timeout, so both teams need to go back to the bench. As it looks like Coach Gainey is going to start to allow some of the guys who don't get a lot of playing time to get an opportunity to play in this championship game as the Builders find themselves up by 13 with 85 seconds left. So Builders right now up by 13. That is what, 5 scores, right? That's 5 scores. So it looks like here down the stretch, if the Tigers want to give themselves an opportunity, they're going to have to play the foul game, because they have to take this 125 and try to extend it as much as they possibly can, as we see Joel Maxey come onto the floor. Shaquem Chisholm also into the game, along with Kamari Falks, Shamon Rosser, and I believe that's Wesley. Nope, that's not Wesley. That is Jalen Centerful, as we are going to get, that's going to be a turnover. Ethan Fernandez will hop up off the bench for Coach Steele. Fernandez 2 of 4 from 3. So they're going to have to start getting some shots up And they're going to have to get some shots up. They're going to give them the maximum amount of points as they work their weave. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez hits. So the basketball game not quite over. Builders with a 10-point lead have to take care of the basketball here as that feed goes inside the centerfold. Maxey decides to back it out as we're now under 1 minute with Rosser. Feed in the corner. Tough runner along the baseline, off the mark. Rebound goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay on this end. So the Builders with an opportunity to eat a little bit more clock, up by 10 over the Tigers. As Coach Gainey directs traffic. Here's Maxey. Rosser. Falks, his shot off the glass, no good. Here comes Fernandez. Fernandez just hit from 3 a moment ago. He's 3 of 5. Step back 3. That one is off the mark. Outlet. In for 2 for Kamari Falks. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Whether this one goes or not, which it does, Luis Carreras gets it to go down. Here's Fernandez, shot off the mark. Maxey can hold. 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It goes out of bounds with 1.6 seconds, and the Builders up by 12. And the Builders, in Coach Michael Gainey's second season as the head coach, are about 1.6 seconds away from a new South Athletic Conference men's basketball championship crown. Over a very tough Tiger basketball team from Sweetwater, Florida. And the clock ticks down to 0, and your Apprentice School Builders sweep the basketball tournament championship. Lady Builders win a championship. Men win a championship over the Tigers of URBE University by a score of 69-60 here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Congratulations to Coach Michael Gainey in his second season at the helm for the Builders. Not only does he have a tournament championship, he has a national championship. Is it just me, or are these programs in very good hands? Congratulations once again to the men. Congratulations to the women. They sweep tournament championships here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Wow, what a weekend. Donovan Means was by far the star. He was the spark off of the bench that helped propel the men to this championship. So here momentarily, individual accolades will be given and team accolades will be given at center court by Commissioner Davis here momentarily. But again, congratulations once again to Coach Michael Gainey, who brought his team into this tournament as the number 2 seed. Okay. All right, so we're going to step away and allow the festivities to take place.
Our award winners. First, the announcement of the all-tournament team as selected by members of the media and tournament committee. If in attendance, please come forward when your name is called. From Atlantis is Nico Landon. From Beacon is Ernesto Hinches. From URBE is Luis Carreras. From URBE is Renaud Holy. From the Apprentice School is Devon Brown. And from the Apprentice School, Jaleel Hope. NSAC Tournament MVP from the Apprentice School, Donovan Means.
So the all-tournament team just now being introduced. URBE with 2 players. A Builders with 3. Davon Brown, Jaleel Hope, and your tournament MVP is Donovan Means. Fantastic job by these gentlemen. I tell you, that was one of the most entertaining tournament finals I've seen in quite some time. Congratulations to all these guys.
University on an outstanding season and tournament performance.
Now the commissioner is going to award the tournament trophy.
The New South Athletic Conference and Commissioner Mike Davis are proud to present the 2026 NSAC Tournament Championship Trophy to the Builders of the Apprentice School.
Builders celebrating a tournament championship at the Apprentice School logo. Same place the Lady Builders celebrated their tournament championship just a few hours ago. Builders sweeping the tournament championship this weekend here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Neandra Kelly, she had a fantastic game for the Apprentice School women, finishing her career on this floor with 24 points. Donovan Means continued his winning ways here by pretty much sparking the men's team to victory. Builders got up by as many as 16 points in this game. The Tigers were able to reduce that all the way down to a tie, but the Builders behind Donovan Means and his aggressive play, next thing you know, they go from being tied to being up by 10, and they win this one by 9. So once again, congratulations to Coach Michael Gainey and the Builders. Next up, it's time to cut down the nets. Once that is done, the Builder championship will be complete. So I am going to wrap it up here for me. I want to thank Dave Davenport and Mike Davenport for all of their support this season. Without them, you could not have enjoyed any of this. So I am Howard McCain. I'm going to say good night as the Builders will continue to celebrate. Thank you again for a fantastic season, and we look forward to spending time with you again this upcoming season. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is Builder Basketball.
Is the offer staying with the men too?
No.
I know, right? There's so much competition. There's so much competition in the house.
I want more.
Oh, hey, if I put a sticker on that damn board, there'd have been hell to pay if I wasn't putting one on his board. Oh, yeah. Hey, I love it. Hey, they making themselves better. I'm actually serious too. I got golf, 2 basketball, maybe 4 basketball. Yeah. The next big one's going to be women's wrestling, national championship. That's coming in a couple years. Mark my word. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Don't remind us, Dr. McCain. Hey, I enjoyed listening to you yesterday. I was watching the men's game online.
Everybody said that you had everybody rolling.
No, the best was it last week? Who were y'all playing? No, Trinity. The best was the girl in this corner over here when they were playing Trinity shot the ball and it just hit nothing but the top of the backboard. And your comment, I'm sitting there driving, had me weak. I was like, no, Howard's gotta stop. you were like, oh, or something. Like, you just paused and hesitated. I was like, man, yeah.